Hi, I'm Rexx Arkana. Welcome to Statik, a new video diary on Rivethead culture. In this episode, we're taking you deep inside Terminus Festival in Canada. We've got tons of band footage, lots of behind-the-scenes action, and we'll sit down with some of your favorite festival artists. It's industrial television from the Great White North, right here on Statik. Known as Cowtown by locals, Calgary boasts a rich history as Canada's once Wild West, its identity still evident in the annual cowboy convention known as Stampede. Inhabited for over 10,000 years, Calgary is the largest city in the province of Alberta, enriched by an industry built on natural oil sands and dotted with the skyscraping headquarters of Canada's corporate energy giants. But for fans of dark electronic music, Calgary is symbolic of one very important other thing, the industrial summer camp known as Terminus Festival. Held right downtown at Dickens Pub, Terminus Festival is 3 crazy days of alternative electronic music crammed into a sold-out room. We had a chance to catch up with festival director Chris Hewitt. Here we are at another Terminus.
We are indeed.
Did you think we'd get here?
There was some shaky moments early on, but we're at number 7 now, and I think it's safe to say we're probably going to be able to keep it going.
What was the idea of Terminus? How did the whole thing begin?
The first one was a bit of a fluke, actually, because there was 2 intersecting tours that were coming through at the same time, and they happened. It was a God Module tour on a Saturday, I think it was, and an Aesthetic Perfection tour on the Friday. And they had some support bands with them, and because they were back-to-back, I felt like it might be better to try to make it a little bit more of a thing. So I was going to sell tickets for 2 nights, and I thought, well, why don't I just fly in? I flew in Imperative Reaction to headline the 3rd night, got a couple of support bands, and it ended up being quite a successful thing. We got, 120 people or 150 people, something like that, and it was kind of on a whim. So I thought, there might be something here.
Of course, scene veterans know that Canada is no stranger to large-scale electronic industrial music festivals. Coma and its offspring Kinetic were must-see events in Montreal for several years running. Toronto's short-lived Aftermath soon followed, yet something about Terminus earns it a devout following.
These days, Terminus Festival is absolutely my favorite because of the size of the festival and the attendance of the festival. I think is much more of a community.
When people come to it for the first time, a lot of them don't know what to expect, whether it's folks maybe especially from outside North America, because Calgary isn't a city that has the profile of Montreal, Toronto, New York, or anything like that, and they're sort of expecting perhaps just kind of some smaller podunk thing. I think in the case of something like this, the proximity, the closeness, the casualness, that community feeling is a feature. It's not a bug in this case, absolutely.
Like many other festivals, one of the best things about Terminus is you get the sense that everyone is a VIP, or an old friend, or a band you've been dying to see. And some are all of the above. A little New York family reunion here with Android Lust. 8 years since you guys have been in Canada?
Years. Yeah, actually, I lied. 8 years since I tried to come in Canada.
8 years since you tried to come.
We almost played Canada, and then we were turned away at the border.
And they denied you entry at the border.
Toronto.
Yeah. At this year's edition, artists and their fans came from as far away as China to assemble in support of their love for industrial music. We're outside Terminus Festival right now, Saturday night, with Pete from shiv-r. Killed it.
Awesome, thank you.
How long's it been since you've been in Canada?
It's been 6 years since we've been in Canada. It's taken a while to get back here, but it's really awesome to be here, direct from Melbourne, Australia. Awesome festival so far.
Anybody you really stand out so far to you?
We just saw Static Bloom, they just finished, and that was really good.
Statik got up close and personal with a pair of scene legends backstage on Thursday night. I'm here with special guest of the PreParty tonight. We've got the ever handsome Klaus, right, of course, and my favorite, Yoni. What's the craziest place you've played?
Moscow for me. I love Moscow. That's so great.
They're crazy people.
We played, and I think we were with Assemblage 23 in Washington, D.C., and it was a fetish party. And we got distracted because people were really doing some pretty wild stuff in the audience. So we were like, really, that was like, whoa.
Once the pit had cleared after the 820 show, it was time to start getting ready for synthpop superstars Mesh. Now, I've known Richard and Mark for approximately 20 years, and the band's been at it for 25. So it was a great honor to have the opportunity to sit down and talk to them a bit about the band's history and their future. So 25 years. Like, feels like a really, really long time
It's a long
to
time.
me.
It's a really, really, really long time, yeah. 25 years.
How do you keep going after 25 years?
If I was going to give you a serious answer, I think it's you always want to better yourself, don't you? So that's the driving force. You always do something and you think, yeah, we could do something better because we're getting quite good at this.
Are the stories about you?
It
Or
depends.
people you know?
It depends. It's always about something that
Yeah.
you've seen or done or been in.
Well, they say the first rule of writing is write what you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, write what your experiences are.
Yeah, but that gets more difficult because you feel that every time as you get older, I think the more you write, the more you think you've been down that path before, and then that becomes harder then because you want to try and do something different, but you don't want to do something so different that you don't even understand it yourself.
Well, that's a wrap on the debut episode of Statik. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll tune in to the next episode. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. You'll get all of our future episodes and special behind-the-scenes and band interview footage. I'm Rexx Arkana. This is Statik TV. We'll see you next time.